Hmm. You're you're just so adorable sometimes. Sometimes you don't give me enough credit, and other times you give me way too much. Especially with this nonsense about me having tried to interfere in your situationships, or that I've got some nefarious plan to enlighten you or make you fall in love with me or force you to do what I want. It's especially adorable that you still see me as somebody who needs complete control. And it's funny because in many respects you give me too much credit. You the only reason that I have any power over you at all is because you want me to. You hand it to me. And the irony is that you don't give me enough credit in recognizing that even if I took up every opportunity to fight with you or create drama with you and the others, or, I mean, I could force things. We both know that I could. I know you well enough to play on those heartstrings better than any of the rest of them think that they've been able to. And that's why you're so afraid of me. But give me more credit than that. You don't. You love me because I'm not that kind of person. And I know that you have resented every relationship that you've ever been in where you felt stuck or trapped or obligated, or like the whole world would see you as a horrible person if you let it go. Or I should say, didn't stay, more like. And I've never wanted a relationship with you where you felt like you had to be with me. It's another thing. Give me a little more credit there. I didn't ask you to go because I didn't want you. I asked you to go because I wanted you to come back to me because you want to. Like I know you're already doing. You have been doing. You're just so silly sometimes. You like to take the scenic route sometimes. And that's fine. It only serves to help me learn more about myself along the way and more about you. Though it's just so adorable. I've thought about it for days about, I mean, you know me, I'm a writer, so I'm imagining how you might be imagining me, or how your roommates and close ones and such are picturing me. That I've got some sort of devious plan in place. I'm just gonna keep enlightening you with memes and being light and sweetness that you just find so irresistible. And I'm trying to even imagine what else I might do if I was that kind of person. Like, oh, yes, interfering, using the kids to, I don't know what, like create distractions. I really don't think in those ways. Even as a writer, it makes me giggle to think of myself as that kind of person, and to be seen either as that powerful or that much of a threat, or like at any moment, if I were to flip the switch and give in to my darker nature, I guess, that it could just pull everything apart. I mean, that's what you come across as to me and to the few friends that I trust to share your antics with. That it's like you're trying so desperately to see me as anything but who I am, as this big huge villain, so that you don't feel like you're being tricked, like, so that you don't fall into some trap of believing that I really am who I have always been, and that I am human too, and I make mistakes, and that I can grow and evolve and be stubborn. That Yes, I've had my issues with control in the past, but I really have released control in all the right ways and all the juicy ways, and that I really just am this absurdly interesting for you, made for you in so many ways. And it's just so interesting to see myself as that sort of a person. And I remember even in the past, I used to get so mad when you would villainize me or monsterize me, as I called it. And now I just find it kind of adorable. It's like, my. Like everything I do is some deep plan to love you. Everything I do is seen as love. I can't even message you and say, hey, nice weather today, without you or somebody around you being like, oh my gosh, this is just some part of her plan to trick you. I mean, it really is quite absurd when you think about it. And I know there are plenty of people around you and throughout your past, and probably will be some in your future, who do that, who very much enjoy that. And I get why it is that you need to so thoroughly test me and play out the plot twists and make sure that you've read the prologue so that you can feel like the epilogue will be very good. And I like, in a way, being considered somebody who is I guess, in a way, somebody who is so lovable and irresistible and seductive that there's no way it couldn't be a trick. There's no way it couldn't be fake. When the irony is that just being who I am and releasing control and allowing you to do what you do and proving again and again that I am not planning anything. I am paying attention to things. I am enjoying the weirdness of this journey, the intuitions, the creepy spiritual stuff, the sad moments, the happy moments, just all the stuff. I've got no plan other than, well, I mean, I guess the same plans that I had before you left. To manifest that house with the hill and the quad track, space for a garden and a small orchard, have a body of water on it, and then our bedroom with an eastern facing window so I could get up with the sun with you and enjoy the day, the whole day, and to do work that I love and work on my personal growth and become the best version of mom that I can be to our kids. And I've added to that, I want to be the kind of person inside and outside of relationships. I want to be consistent like that. I don't want to feel like I have to hide any part of myself, whether it's a friendship or a work relationship or our relationship. I just want to be more and more me, I suppose. And part of that is embracing my magicalness that I've been afraid to really show you or others. And even my kinky side and my feisty side and just all the sides. I want to embrace my changeability, my adaptability, my consistencies, my inconsistencies. I just want to enjoy myself and enjoy you and in whatever ways that you'll allow in the moment. And I enjoy showing you how worthy you are. But that's not a plan. I was already doing that. I've been doing that since we met. Yes, I fell out of that. Yes, I ran out of energy for a while there and I got really depressed and I got spun out by trying to do things for you that really you needed to do for yourself, and that was where my control issues came up, and it was more my fears of abandonment that came up that did that. And that's been, I guess maybe that's part of my plan, to keep releasing control and not just to show you that I'm not controlling anymore, but actually to confirm for me the faith that I've had in you from the get-go. And really, I mean, when I asked you to go, it wasn't because I lost faith in you. It was because I was so frustrated that I see you. I see the real you. And it was so frustrating that you were trying to act like anything but. And not even because of something that I had actually done, but because of what had been done to you by those before me. Even the things I actually had done to you were not even really mentioned all that much. There was a few that you threw back and forth, like the vacuum bags and all that, but you never really, it's funny to say, you never really punished me for what I actually did. You have more lately. I think you've actually been seeing my actual crimes and sins and such. But before, it was like I wasn't even allowed to have a chance to show you the good and the bad of me because others had hurt you, and you were so convinced that all women were the same. And in fact, the more lovable they were, the more likely it was a trick. It's still. I know it's not really a laughing matter when you think in that way, when you're stuck in that pattern, but it's amusing when you get to the other side of it. It's adorable. It's really, really adorable. And for however long you need to paint me as the villain in your picture, the most dangerous one. Look at that. The confirmation. The more you need to do that, that's fine with me. I'll just enjoy embracing the absurdity of being the one that is too lovable, too magical, too intelligent that it must be a trick. It just must be. And everything I do is some intention to get you to do something or to want to come back to me. And I can enjoy that because the irony of it is so delicious that I'm not doing any of those things, and yet you are feeling all of those things. And the moment that you realize that is just going to be so savory. I really look forward to it. So go ahead, my love, and imagine me as dastardly as you can. And can try to convince yourself that you feel nothing, want nothing, need nothing from me or with me. It just makes the story more interesting in the end. And while you do that, I'll just keep working on what my real plan is. To love myself at least as much as I love you. To be a good mom. To be self-sufficient. Be somebody who can be counted on in my own ways, because I can't be perfect and be counted on in every way, but to embrace my imperfect perfections, my incomparabilities, and to remind myself that you are right, that time is irreplaceable, and the memories that go along with it is priceless, including these ones. So go ahead, my love, and test me out. Experiment and see if you can see where you can find my flaws. It's not an if, you'll find them. They're there. I've already shown many of them to you. Many that I didn't even know that I had until you poked at me in certain ways. I may not pass the test the first time every time, though. Something tells me I don't need to, because if I did, it would feel like even more of a trick anyways. You're just so adorable sometimes. Always keep being you. That you is worthy of anything and everything you've ever dreamed of, and I know you'll see that soon. Until you do, my love, I am always completely yours.